how to make these mountains in this picture in Blender without using any keyboard shortcuts. So switch to the 3D viewport. We're going to look from the front view. That's positioning yourself at the negative Y and looking towards positive Y. Let's move our 3D cursor to the world origin. Pan our view over. Let's add a plane. Right now the plane is laying flat on the ground and facing up. We can use the options that show up when you add the plane to make it face the direction that we're looking at it from. So align to our current view. So now we want to rotate it. To get the peak pointing up, you can hold down Control to snap to 45 degrees. Now to apply the rotation. Like this is the permanent position it lives in now. I don't want resetting the rotation to make it go back to being a square. Grab the knife tool. In wireframe view, I want to try to drag a cut line from one side to the other. Now it looks like I snapped to both the verts, but in actuality I think I only really snapped to the second one, and there's a problem with the first one. I'd zoom in, pan over, zoom in some more with the mouse wheel. If I select this box and then look down at the bottom of Blender, it'll tell me I have one vert selected out of 5. Now it's a square, so there should only be 4 verts, and we can see the problem. I need to connect those 2 verts and make them just one. So I selected one vert, then the other. I want to merge the first one to the last one. So the original position of that first vert is maintained. Switch to face selection mode and delete that one face, leaving us with just the peak of the mountain. Get the knife tool again. And now we're going to cut in those jagged pieces that are supposed to represent the snow. Click, and then click again. And then press enter to confirm. So I now have 2 faces. And those little squares represented the face. Or in solid view, I can just click anywhere on the face. Let's make 2 slots for materials. First one I'll call snow. The other one I'll call mountain. Now select the snowy part and actually click a sign on the snow and then click a sign on the mountain. So those 2 faces know which of the 2 materials they use. Add a solidify modifier. Okay, let's do materials. Right click on that bottom edge of the 3D viewport, do a horizontal split. Change the editor to a shader editor. Let's focus on what we're working on. You can pan around until you get it in the right place, or you can just select the object, go to View, and Frame Selected. Also in the shader editor, select those 2 nodes, View Frame Selected. I want to add subsurface scattering, so let's use the Cycles Render Engine to get what I think is better looking subsurface compared to Eevee. Let's crank up the subsurface, but then we also need to make sure that the subsurface color is the same color. And then on the snow, we do the same thing, crank up the subsurface. And for this particular image, I think the old original subsurface type of Christensen Burley was the one that looked best. Change my lighting scenario to give a better look at the effect of the subsurface scattering. So you get that nice glow right there on the edges with the subsurface scattering, which is why the original render that we're replicating had that look.